If you've been leaving the membrane on, you might be ruining your ribs, and I'll show you why. People say the membrane doesn't matter, but look at this. So today, we're putting the debate to rest. Trust me, you need to see this before your next cook. Some pitmasters don't even bother removing it, arguing that it locks in moisture and prevents the ribs from falling apart too soon. They claim that after long, slow cooking, the membrane breaks down, making it barely noticeable. In some restaurant kitchens, they leave the membrane on or score it to speed up prep. But is that actually a good thing? So here's the problem. That membrane is like a barrier. It blocks seasoning, smoke, and flavor from fully penetrating the meat. And if you've ever bitten into ribs and got that weird, chewy texture instead of a clean bite, yep, exactly. That's the membrane. Let me show you how to remove it so you never have this issue again. Just flip your ribs over so the bone side is facing you. Then use the tip of your finger or a butter knife to get it started, and use a paper towel to get a firm grip and pull it off. It's just that simple. We got these ribs from a local spot here in town that leaves the membrane on. And just look at this. Look at this. It's still there after cooking, peeling off like a thick, chewy sheet of plastic. And this is exactly what you're eating if you skip this step. Not exactly the best rib experience, right? At the end of the day, if you want ribs that are tender, flavorful, and bite through cleanly, remove the membrane. Before you start cooking, there's another crucial step to get right. Removing the membrane is just the beginning. If you're not grilling your ribs using a 2-zone fire, you still might be missing out on the best results. Now, if you want a quick reference grilling guide that breaks down some of the biggest barbecue mistakes and how to fix them, I've got a free resource you can grab. It's packed with simple, easy-to-follow tips for making your grilling more consistent, and you can get it completely for free. I'll drop the link down below. A common mistake after removing the membrane is cooking the ribs the wrong way. If you don't use a 2-zone setup or you're grilling them at high temperatures with no game plan, you can get some burnt and dry ribs. To help you avoid this, I created Grill Temperature Zones Made Easy, a complete guide that walks you through how to control heat properly. It'll save you a ton of trial and error. You can grab it now. I'll leave some links down below for you to check out. I want to give a shout out to some of you who've sent in pictures of your amazing cooks. Check out these photos. This is what it's all about. Putting in work on your grill and getting results. So what do? Do you remove the membrane or do you leave it on? Let me know in the comments. I want to hear what you think. So now that you know the importance of removing the membrane on your ribs, you might be wondering, what's the next step to getting them ready for the grill? But how do you do that? Well, it all starts with watching this video right here next, because when you pair what you just learned with what's in this video, it's going to be even more powerful. Be sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and leave us a comment. We'd love to hear from you. Until next time, grill boldly, serve proudly, and enjoy the process.